Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Bailey Canning. I'm a web designer and digital marketing consultant located in New Jersey. On today's episode, I wanted to go over how you can optimize your website for SEO so people can find you and your business when they're searching for terms related to it on places like Google. There's a lot of different ways you can go about doing this, and it can get very complicated very quickly. So I pared things down, I simplified everything to give you a framework that allow you to focus on the key critical drivers and actually help you do this for the long run and be successful in doing it. So if that sounds good to you, I want to jump right into it. But first, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Alright, so as we get started in this endeavor, the first thing I want you to do is check out this free tool called Google Search Console. What this will allow you to do is quickly get a detailed overview of how your business is performing from an SEO perspective. This way you can see how you're currently performing, and you can develop a strategy later on, which I'll show you in this video, on how to get to where you ultimately want to go. There's a lot of really good detailed insights in this tool. You can find out how many clicks you're currently generating from Google, how many impressions you're getting, meaning how many people see a link to your business website from the search results of Google. You can see what pages are currently ranking for what keywords and what your average ranking is for each keyword. This is going to give you a really good overview as we start things, so you can know how your business is currently performing and then what you need to focus on going forward to actually grow your website using SEO and organic traffic. Another great thing about this tool is that it's going to give you a really quick overview of how your website's performing from a technical perspective. This is things like how fast your website is and how usable is it on mobile devices like the phones and tablets. This is super important as the Google algorithm, as it is constantly updated, is continually prioritizing how well your site performs from a technical perspective. So making sure that everything's in order on that front is super important as we get started in this process for optimizing your website for SEO. All right, so now that you have a good solid overview of how your website is currently performing from an SEO perspective, now you can start planning out what keywords you want to target so you can start growing your online traffic. What I recommend is checking out this free tool called Ubersuggest, made by Neil Patel. He's a huge authority in the SEO world. What this tool will allow you to do is plan out what keywords you want to target, just search it into the toolbar on the website, and you'll be able to see how difficult it is to rank for that keyword, how much traffic you can expect to get from that keyword, and just a whole lot of other data on that keyword. It's a tool I use whenever I'm planning out a new content strategy, and I highly recommend you check it out as well when you're planning out your content. So once you have those keywords, the next step then is to start planning out content to rank for that. All right, so at this point you have a really good understanding of how your website is currently performing from an SEO perspective, and you have a list of keywords that you can use to start creating content that's going to help your website actually rank. Now, how do you do that? Well, that's the next part of this video. Now that you have a list of keywords that you believe are going to help you rank for terms relevant to your business that can help you drive traffic, what you need to do is start creating content around those keywords so people will find it online. What types of content should you be creating for this? Well, honestly, nothing's going to beat a blog post. Blogging's, it's not the most popular form of content. I would say video and podcasts have surpassed that these days. But when it comes to SEO, nothing is going to help you rank better than a blog. I've seen it for my own business. I wrote over 50 blog posts on my website, inboundwebdevelopment.com, all about web design, digital marketing, freelancing, that type of stuff. And after about 6 months, I actually ranked on the first page of Google. Whenever someone Googles freelance web designer in New Jersey, I rank, and it's been a real big driver in helping me generate sales and marketing qualified leads. So I would recommend that you create blog posts on these keywords. I'll talk in the next section about how you can optimize those blogs to rank for your keywords and give you a better chance of driving high quality traffic to your website. If you don't want to go with a blog, I totally understand. I really do believe that there's not necessarily one better content medium. It really comes down to what your personality is and what, at the end of the day, you have fun doing. I think videos can be great, just like this for SEO. I plan on putting this on a blog post about the topic at large. If you're going to do that, what I would just recommend, and this goes for a podcast as well, is just get some sort of transcription service that will take what you're saying and put it into plain text on the web page. And that way, Google is going to be able to crawl that, index it, and ultimately rank your content for those keywords. All right, so now that you're creating content, a few tips so you can optimize your blog posts to make sure they actually rank for the keywords you're after here. One, definitely make sure that the keyword is in the title of the blog post. It's in the URL slug, and it's in the meta description as well. Also, you want to make sure that you're using a good mix of inbound links. So these are links pointing to other content you might have on your website, other blog posts, as well as links pointing to other websites. Google uses these links as a way to not only kind of decipher what the content is about, but also you can spread your own existing SEO authority to other pieces of your website. So it's a really good, quick way to kind of spread around your own link authority. Another thing you want to make sure to do is optimize all your images so they load fast. I would recommend compressing them with a service like TinyPNG. Also, make sure that you use alt image tags. Basically, this little tag you put, like if you use a CMS like WordPress, where you can tell Google what the image is about, so they're able to index these images. Also, make sure that you are using images, because there's a lot of research to show that blog posts with a good amount of images do rank higher than ones without. And that they also get a lot more engagement and people spend more time on those articles, which Google also uses as a ranking signal. Last but not least, you want to make sure your content is probably about at least 1,000 words, ideally around 1,500 words. I know that sounds a lot, but when it comes to SEO, quality is kind of determined in the quantity, but you really want to make sure that your articles are very comprehensive on one subject matter, because Google is looking for expertise, authority, and trustworthiness primarily these days. And by having a long form article on a topic, that's how you can show the search engines that your article is indeed an expert source. When it comes to your website, there's two big things you really want to pay attention to. One is your website speed. Based on all the SEO data out there, it looks like Google is using this as one of the main factors to rank websites. So what I would do is go to a tool called Page Speed Insights. It is offered by Google. Type in your website's URL and you'll be able to get a full speed report on both the mobile and desktop versions. On desktop, you want to see a score of 80 plus, and mobile, you want to be about 50 plus. Those are kind of the benchmarks. If you're over that, good. If you're under that, I would definitely look into the optimizations it gives you and start trying to make those if you can. Another thing regarding your website is making sure that the mobile experience is on point. Google is now ranking websites from a mobile first perspective, meaning that they really primarily look at the performance and the usability of your mobile website, not the desktop site, just because everyone's on their phone these days. If you look at your website's data, likely that a majority of users are visiting from a mobile device. So you really want to make sure that you have a awesome mobile experience for your website. It's just as important as your desktop. In fact, it's probably more important. And then lastly, you want to make sure that you're continually refreshing content. So think about the blog post you're writing as part of this strategy. 6 months, a year from now, look at the performance, see how it's doing. And if anything has become out of date or you think you can make it even better, go for it. Because a lot of times what we see when I'm working with clients is that that's kind of like the low-hanging SEO fruit, if you will. It's a lot of times that if you want to quickly start generating traffic, you don't really even need to make a whole new blog post. What you can do is just go in, update your post, and check back. And sometimes we see like after 3, 4, 5 days, we see that post getting a lot more traffic. So, definitely do that if it's possible for you. That's really one of the best, SEO hacks, if you will, that a lot of people aren't even thinking about in helping you get more traffic. All right, guys, that's pretty much all I have for this video. I hope you like it. I hope you got some value out of it. I mean, this is pretty much basically the strategy I follow when I'm putting together blog posts for myself. It can be a lot more complicated, but I really try to kind of strip away all the unnecessary items and kind of give you the key sort of pieces of an SEO strategy that you really need to focus on to be successful. If you want a little bit more of a detailed overview, check out the blog post. I'll link it down below where I kind of walk through each of these steps in more detail. But if you like the video, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and if there's any other type of web design, digital marketing type videos that you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to help you out. Till next time, bye guys.